So these amazing heroes have defeated some kind of giant, horrible, uh, long-necked creature. Um, as they like, they said that. So we've set out into these forests a little bit and not gotten a long way before this is hit us. It's probably about like the middle of the day by the time that you're like finished like catching your breath. Um, what's the deal? Do you want to like try and like continue further on, or do you want to like stop for the day and just like rest? Or
Well, I think Sparrow's pretty banged up, so we
Sparrow
maybe
would like to rest.
yeah.
yeah, cool. Is this a rest where you're consuming rations, or is this a rest where we're just like gonna just stop for a minute? Does anyone have any healing potions or things like that? Like, what's the
I have
what does it look like?
No,
I have herbs and poultices. And if I take time with them to heal, I heal 7 points of damage from the person I'm applying them to.
So yeah, you could take a kind of like a shorter break rather than like setting in for the night, and do that if that's the thing you wanted to do.
It sounds that's up to you, DC, on how you feel because like Arcady would totally defer to what Sparrow needs and will also shamelessly be like, I want to go look at the thing that we killed.
Yeah, just a healing potion and a short little break is fine.
Yeah. What does it look like, Krastig, as you like apply the like, what's your doctoring style?
I think it's like oddly kind of tender for being like such a violent large knoll man, and just like it'll be all right. Just stay still, and it didn't get you too bad. These
I
should
can
help.
see my guts.
Those weren't organs you needed.
It's always good to know what you're made of. Yeah, so like I will I pack these herbs and I think I just boil them in like a small pot and start applying them and packing bandages on and tucking your bits back in, I guess. And this is going to hurt. I'm sorry.
Sparrow has a throwing dagger and takes the handle and is just biting down.
Yeah.
So how much does that restore?
7. It just says it heals 7.
Yeah, they tend to heal flat.
That is fantastic.
Awesome. Katie, you said you were getting curious?
Oh yeah. There's a big dead critter, and now, just like in recent times, I can investigate its corpse.
That was an excellent creepy eye. Well done.
Caltamox will go over with you because she wants to recover the throwing daggers that that Sparrow and I.
Rad.
Yeah, I think you can recover those easily enough. What does it look like as you two like go over, like pour over this body?
Well, it's probably like destroyed a bunch of the smaller sort of trees and some of the scenery around it. So it's just destruction all around it. Yeah. Is it completely dead at this?
I love the image of you going up and like trying to find your things and like the tail just going twitch, and, like,
exactly,
and like leaping a foot in the air or something.
Yeah.
I assume there's like a shout or like a squeal or something as it does that.
Yeah, and then suddenly Caltamox is like up in a tree again. And,
yeah.
I'm applying herbs, and all of a sudden I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
Who knew they were that fast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Katie, are you like specifically studying it in a certain way?
So for Arcady, Arcady has yet to drop out of being a fanged deer. So it spends a fair amount of time like using those big ears and that big nose to sort of take it in, and that includes being like making a circuit twice, going the other way, and then shamelessly starting to walk on it. Because I imagine all of its parts are bigger than Arcady, and they can't move it around or anything.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah, so I don't know if there's more like settling in of this corpse, and Arcady gets knocked off of it at some juncture and pretends no one saw. Or Arcady may just fall at some juncture.
Yeah.
In being distracted and deeply interested in how this thing is built, and that it has like multiple little forelimbs that aren't any good anymore, and is curious about its teeth. What kind of teeth does it have?
Yeah.
Oh, are they like grabby teeth? Like, is it for fish? Like, where they're like backwards serrated? Or like, oh, it's for like air fish.
And like, I think you also, one of the things that's really interesting is the fact that it's got these flowers growing out of it, right? Like it's got it's got like the beard, like from the bottom of its jaw and down like its neck, it's got like this beard of flowers that goes down to like a ring around where the like shoulders for the tiny like useless arms are. Yeah.
Arcady will spend quite a bit of time being very curious about like, usually plants and animals are two different things.
And like, I want to know, like, because you're a deer and you eat plant things, do you eat some of the flowers? Like,
if they smell nice.
They smell like regular flowers.
Well, then Arcady will like very cautiously like check and see if they taste like regular flowers.
They do.
That's very strange.
Yep.
Okay. I think the one thing that will likely close on is Arcady being very stumped by the fact that it has no eyes.
Yeah. Like you've got like the two bits of head that got torn off at different parts of the different times. Yeah. And like I think the thing that's like really interesting to Arcady, like I think like if you're spending time looking at it, you can't tell if those holes are nostrils or ears.
Whoa. Yeah.
So I think an hour or two later, I think the rustling of the wind has like, you know, started to pick up in the trees again a little. I think there is the birds have started to make the sounds of like, it's the end of the day, we should find each other. And like start getting ready for getting ready for nighttime. What are y'all planning to do?
Well, Sparrow, how are you feeling? Like, did you want to move on a bit before nightfall, or set up camp here?
I am good to go. My belly is bellying in. We have a little bit of time, and I don't want to be near that thing anymore, personally.
I expect a full recovery.
I love the fact that like Krastig's voice when doing doctory things sounds like a sexy doctor. It's like, what's that, Dr. Krastig? I've got a shirtlessness problem. like just I've got a rash.
We need bandages. All I've got is my shirt.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
I do have a charisma of 13 if I wasn't grumpy.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so it sounds like you're doing some more perilous journeying.
Yep.
Who's doing that? You at the front again, DC, or?
I'll give it one more shot if that's okay with everyone.
Yeah. And was
Caltamox
helping again?
Yeah. I'll be doing the tree. I'm a little less. I'm feeling a little less safe in the trees now,
A
but
little less flippant about like jumping between things. Yeah.
yeah, it's sort of taking a bit more time to look ahead, like
That-
look around me. But
That
yeah.
makes sense. All right.
Yep.
Cool.
Yes.
Ooh, nice.
Yes.
Cool.
Oh,
Excellent. Yeah, so like you head off and like you're traveling into the night. And I think as you're going, I think once you're getting into like the late part of the night and you've been traveling like probably as far as you can before you need to rest, you spot a fire, like a campfire. And yeah, and like I think Caltamox, you get like a view of it. And there is a person with grayish hair. Like a grayish hair, it's like deeply wrinkled face. And I think they have with them like a goat that has like a pack on it. And they're sat by this fire. Seem to have like a bed rolled out and making some food.
Okay. Yeah, I'll leap down, sort of, and rejoin the party and relay this to them. Yeah. What do you think? I mean, they look harmless enough, but do we want to make camp with them, or like approach them?
Yes, I think.
Let's find out. I mean, a fire that's already made is pretty great, and it's dark.
Yep. All right.
So what do you do?
I look at the group and I look at who's the cutest of us.
It's not me.
Okay, then
Actually, didn't Krastig have high charisma?
No. Someone need a doctor.
yeah, put your sexy doctor voice on again.
Oh, so is this like this pause and like the like who's gonna do the thing? At which juncture Arcadie's like, fine, yeah, okay, sure, I'll do it. Great.
Arcadie's officially now the cutest of us.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, Arcadie, what do? You just wander up?
Yeah, and we'll make like Arcadie is typically though often chatty, quiet of tread. And we'll make a point to like kind of scuffle their feet.
Mhm.
Be like, hello?
Yeah, and like as you like rock up to the fire, you see this figure like sitting, like they've got one hand like roasting some kind of like I think it might be like an otter or something over the fire, and the other one has a crossbow just pointed at you.
Yeah.
They're like, state your business.
Well, we were up late and we were walking, and you have a fire, and that's faster than if we have to make our own fire. But I definitely don't want to give you any hassle or any sorrow.
And they're like, Y'all, are you alive? Like properly?
Yeah.
None of you gonna get all weird? This space.
I mean, not like that.
yeah. It's like, bring them out. I'll have a look.
Great. Some of my friends are tall.
Yeah, and they're like, and yeah, this older person is like takes all sorts of sizes. Yeah, yeah, just
Arcadie will take a couple of steps back and be just. Everyone should be nice, like always.
Yeah.
Sparrow walks up and is like taking out knives and being like, "It's safe."
yeah. It's like, yeah, and there's like, put those away. It's like, good. It's like, you don't hide them as well as you think you do.
I want people to know I'm packing. It's dangerous out here.
Yeah, and they're like, that's wise. Makes sense to me. Any of y'all need some food?
Desperately, my guts were falling out like 3
That's
hours
what
ago.
the smell is. I thought so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like pulls this otter off and like, like starts carving it, and
Oof.
yep, and like hands bits to whoever wants. So there's probably one ration here for one person who wants it, but everyone else will need to consume their own rations.
Okay.
Great. Arcady will accept like the politeness nibble because they're curious.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yep, it's kind of fishy.
neat.
It's
Arcady
like
will
eating a fishy ferret.
Mm-hmm. Arcady will sort of like look over their shoulder at the goat and be like, "You don't eat. Are you hungry? Are you good?"
Yeah, and like the goat like turns to you and has just like and like you and like is just like out of the side of its mouth is just chewing a piece of whatever scenery was nearby.
Oh no, Ash.
Oh, that was silly. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But yeah, so if people want to consume a ration, who's consuming, someone gets a free ration basically.
I think that Sparrow would take the ration.
Sparrow has been done grievous bodily harm and should definitely be the one who gets some animal protein to hasten some healing, etc.
Sounds good.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, if someone wants to roll 2d6 plus 1, we can see how restful your camping is.
Does one of y'all want to do that, or shall I?
Go ahead.
I think you can have a plus 1 on this as well because you have like someone else in the party like helping keep watch.
Grand. And that was, please tell me the numbers again.
2d6 plus
2d6.
2.
2d6 plus 2. I got a 5.
Is anyone helping with like the maintenance of camp? Is anyone doing like any?
I can, because
Yeah.
I somehow have not taken any damage from combat. I'm probably the most
Yeah.
Grand.
Cool.
healthy and fit
Yeah.
of us at the moment.
So yeah, do you want to roll?
Excellent.
So what does that look like? Custom Ops?
Oh, just So helping set up people's bedrolls and
Cool.
just making sure there's wood for the fire overnight. Yep.
Cool. All right. Well, then you can reroll one of those dice if you want, Andy.
I would love to. Yay, a 3 instead of a 1!
That brings us up to 7 to 9.
Yes.
Yes. Nice. Excellent. So on a 7 to 9, everyone gets to choose one of the things.
Hooray!
So tend your wounds, regain up to half your max HP, share a story, secret, or moment with another player character, listen to another sharing a secret, story, or moment with you, consume an appropriate resource to remove a debility, or rest soundly, take +1 forward, or scavenge.
Sparrow, how are you doing with your HP now?
I'm actually fine.
Nice.
I am only missing 1 HP.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Put-
So I was
put
like,
to
yeah, let's
rights.
travel.
So yeah, what's everyone's choices?
I think I'm gonna scavenge.
Yeah, get some rations. Roll a d4, see how many you get.
Sure. Alright.
I mean, you covered your own dinner. Well done.
Yep.
Yeah, you find some like weird like yams in the side of like a little like cliff face thing. That are like pulling apart the like rock that they're growing in as they expand outwards. But like they look edible enough.
Excellent. I
Sparrow's
offer
doing
one to
good.
I offer one to Arcady.
Grand. Okay. Where'd you find that? Start nibbling.
Sparrow's gonna be sipping on some booze, trying to feel a little bit better about the last 24 hours.
Yeah. I think Arcadia is in the process of like trying to be fruitful, is rather slow moving, and is still sort of like tremulous at times, and just is like clearly like got whomped. And when Sparrow opens up whatever container of booze, we'll be like, maybe that's the thing. Would you be willing to share?
Hey, you need it as much as I do. And Sparrow hands off to, it's probably like a tiny bottle that's like dirty on the outside or something, and it just has like kind of like those travel, probably 2 times the size of the little travel alcohols.
Adorable. Super.
And it's just brown and murky.
Super. I imagine Arcadia will sort of like sit next to you and like kind of amiably like pass us back and forth for a time and say a whole bunch of nothing in particular unless there's a whole lot to be said.
Yeah.
Cool.
Bonding.
Yay.
Shit.
Yeah, I think like as the as you're doing this, like the person who's like camp it is like puts their hand out of like, here, let me have a taste. And then they're like, not bad. Check this out. And like rummages around in the goat pack and like pulls out like a port bottle. I don't know if it's got port in it. It's got something that is like some kind of like fruit wine. Like some kind of like fortified weird fruit wine thing. And yeah, they like pass it around and like joining that. They're like back home we make plenty of this stuff. We call it I think that let me just look up the thing. They're like, we call it the Clarendon Special. We get so many different fruit, kinds of fruits, we don't know what to do with it. And like, yeah, like they like rattle the bag, and you can hear the sound of like clinking bottles.
Just delicious.
They're like, if you got coin to trade, I've got a couple of things you can have a look at.
What have you got?
They're like, yeah, they like open up their pack, and they've got like dried fruit, like rations and things. They've got like a couple of bottles of this like fortified fruit wine, and probably also I think also like a couple of like sickles and things, right? Like harvesting type things, and tools and stuff like that. Yeah. And they're like, I'll make my way around, see what I can find. If you got coin. You seem like honest enough folks.
Honest enough to say that coin is not a thing I've got.
I've got lots. We can would the town benefit from having like tools and things?
Yeah, if you purchase tools, it would count as benefiting the town, and it would count as like a +1 towards like a roll for like establishing a thing where those might be useful for an improvements roll.
Metal's hard to come by.
Yeah.
I mean, good, clean, sharp metal instead of rusted metal, definitely.
How much coin do you need?
Yeah, and they're like one for the booze, one for a couple of rations, two for a tool set.
I'll take all of it.
Yeah, cool, excellent. Yeah, you can. So they have five rations to sell, and I think they can sell you 2 bottles of booze, each of which has 3 uses, and a tool set. So that's a total of was that 5 plus 2, 7,
9.
9 coins all up.
Alrighty.
Can I get one of those bottles of booze?
Yeah, sure.
All right, I'll pay a coin for that.
I'll just give it to you.
Oh,
You put my guts back in my body. I think I owe you a bottle of booze.
thanks.
And then I think Sparrow's gonna walk over to wherever Caltamox is, sit down and be like, "Hey, that was rough back there."
Yeah. Yeah. So Caltamox has just been sitting apart from the others, but still near the fire. But yeah. She looks back at Sparrow and says, "Yeah, that was unexpected. I'm glad we all came out okay in the end."
Yep. Next time. And then Sparrow pulls out one of the bottles, hands it over, and is like, "We'll drink this after."
Sounds like a plan. So, are you giving it to me, or?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, thank
So
you.
yeah, booze bottles are 1 weight each. Rations are I think they're 0 weight. I'm pretty sure, or like 1 weight for a bunch of them. So every 5 uses of dungeon rations is 1 weight, and the toolkit is toolkit is 2 weight.
All right.
But yeah, and yeah, like the person seems so much more amiable after you've done trade.
Mhm.
And they'll like start telling you stories and things of like about like weird things they've seen and people they've traded with and stuff like that.
Oh, grand. When at some juncture, Arcady will be like, "How is it that you smelled a what and knew that there was stuff going on?"
Sorry,
I've got a
say again?
nose, but how is it that you smelled what you smelled and knew that there were things going on? Like,
oh right, yeah. They're like
just is it?
I mean, like
my
I think
nose is okay.
Arcady, like yeah. I think that they say the thing of like, if you've been with something for a while, you lose its smell. Got to keep it fresh. Your friend shows up with half their guts spilling out. It's bright as day to me.
Thanks.
I do smell pretty bad.
But yeah, has everyone done their action for the night?
I haven't, but I couldn't really think of anything I wanted to do, so I might just rest soundly and take +1 forward.
Yeah, so your next roll will be at +1. Excellent. That sounds like a good plan.
Savvy.
All right, so yeah, you settle in for the night. The goat snores, but yeah, you wake up in the morning with the smell of like a weird smell that I don't think most of you would recognize. We would recognize it as like the smell of the sea. But I don't think that's familiar to any of you.
Probably not. I mean, I have no idea where this city that I'm from is, but I probably mostly smelt sewage, if anything.
Yeah. So yeah, what's the plan, team? I feel like yeah, like early in the morning, the traveler is like packing up their goat and getting ready to like head off in a direction that is like kind of like perpendicular to the path that you were taking.
Great.
And I think now that the morning light is here, I think you can see that you're in the like the thing that you assumed was just like tree like cover is actually artificial. It's this big roof that like extends out from this like old ruined building, and like it's held up by like posts and things. And I think in the morning light, like a big like, I don't think it's actually gold. I think it's like painted yellow or something, but like a big yellow gold horse like rearing up, that's like emblazoned on the roof, is like lit up by the morning light.
Wow. It's gorgeous. What's that smell?
Wow, this must have been some sort of temple at one point.
From inside the
Smells like
building,
evil.
you hear the sound of like things rustling around in like ruins. You know, the traditional sound of things rustling around in ruins.
As they do. Before our camp companion leaves, Katie will just make a point to be like, maybe before you go, so I can say nice things about you to the folks back homeward. Trade your names.
It's like, and like, yeah, they look you up and down, and they're like, well, depends how good yours is. Whether I think it's worth worthy trade for mine.
Huh. That's a very rude way to go about it. But I'll just give it to you for free. That's how good I am.
Mm-hmm.
My name's Katie.
Yeah, and they're like, that's a solid name. And yeah, they like hold out their hand to you, and they're like, where am I? I had it. They're like, name's Corbinton.
Well met. Grasp of hands I would take.
Yep. Yeah, they're like, yeah. Corbinton of Clarendon. And they're like, maybe I'll run into you again. Seems you folk are familiar enough with the road, or whatever there is left of it.
What remains?
Cool. Yeah, they head off, making their way. The like, I think there's probably like some like remains of a paved road, and so we hear the sound of like the goat like clip clopping off into the distance.
Excellent.
I really liked that goat. I felt like we bonded.
Yeah. I feel like you think they bonded. I think they thought your shirt was tasty. And you're like, oh wait.
That's fair. Now I have a huge cut in my shirt too. I gotta go sew this thing up.
You're now wearing like a crop top shirt.
Everyone's losing shirts here.
Yeah.
I have a
Goodness.
great midriff.
I mean, the shirt was marinated in blood, so like it had a bit of a
Gross.
coppery taste.
Yeah. What's the plan, team?
Well, shall we? I mean, do we keep going or investigate this ruin? These ruins? I guess those are the options.
True.
Feel like we should check it out. It looks nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Arcady, I think like around one side you find like some like huge metal like tube shapes. Like we would recognize them as like gas canisters. Like big 6-foot ones. Just like
Sam?
lying strewn about.
Can you say that? I missed it. There's a bit of a kip on
sorry, like big 6-foot gas canisters.
Oh, got it.
But like they're lying strewn about. And I think also like and I think there's also like probably some pieces of like machinery bits.
Ooh. At which point, Arcadia, having like poked about a bit, is like, yeah, all right, we could look at it. The stuff, yeah, let's look around, definitely.
Yep. Okay.
Cool. What's it look like as we make our way? Are we like climbing in through the broken window, or?
Yeah. So before we do that, can I check for traps?
What does the move say? How does that work?
Spend a moment to survey a dangerous area.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Do that.
Yep. And so it's a roll plus dex. What? So is that 2d6 plus dex?
Yeah, 2d6 plus your dex mod.
Okay. That's a 10.
Cool.
Awesome.
I'm just finding the thief.
Huzzah!
section.
So yeah, that means I get to hold 3.
Yep.
And then spend my hold as I walk through the area to ask these questions. Okay, so because I've got 3, I can ask all 3 questions. Is there a trap here? If so, what activates it? What does the trap do when activated? And what else is hidden here?
Cool. So do you want to just spend those now as you go in through the door?
Oh, okay. So I.
You don't have to do it all right away if you don't want to.
Yeah, you've got hold that you can spend.
All right. Is there a trap here? And if so, what activates it?
This whole thing can just become fire very, very quickly. If there are a bunch of like holes in the ground nearby, like I think you like around the edge of the space there are these pits that are half covered by like lids or trapdoors, and if fire goes too close to those, the whole place will go up.
Okay, so avoid lighting any fires.
Avoid open flames in general.
Yeah.
Which is fun considering the fact that like right in the middle you had a fire last night.
Wow. Yes. Okay.
Totally fine.
But yeah, you explore the area and you find these trapdoors. There's about, I think there's 4 of them, one at basically like each corner of the space. I think you also find like an old metal box with kind of like a it's like a big like fridge sized box that has like kind of like a cash register display in it, and like a bunch of hoses. And then the window, you can see inside there are like shelves and things, and it looks like this might have been a store. And like like a bunch of the shelves is knocked over, a bunch of the stuff like you can see that like bottles have been broken open and boxes have been like gnawed into by rats or beavers or rat beavers or something. Yeah.
Okay. Like, is there anything like worth looting or?
That sounds like someone is discerning realities, which is rolling plus wisdom if you want to know about those sorts of things.
I could do that unless anyone else wants to.
By all means, if you're driving the questions, you should totally be on about it. Go
unless
for it.
Unless you're just asking like what else is hidden here. If you're asking that, that's different.
Actually, I might use that. Yeah, I might use what else is hidden here.
Yeah, cool. So you climb inside, and there's the store, and then behind if you like climb over and behind the counter, there's a safe.
Ooh. Can I try to open the safe?
Sure. You spin the thing and it doesn't do anything. It goes click, 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 click.
I do have tricks of the trade, which
Mhm.
is pick locks or pockets or disable traps. Would that apply here?
Yeah, you're gonna. So yeah, roll plus dex.
Okay.
What does it
Sparrow's just
look
watching.
like? Yeah, I want to say, like, I want to know what this looks like. Like, keep telling me about this. Yeah.
Yeah, so I I put my ear up to the safe, and I'm sort of just very gently turning the what's it called, the wheel,
The
thing?
dial. Yeah.
The dial. Yep. And just listening carefully for the tumblers to drop, and let's see how I. Wow.
You do it.
Okay.
No problem.
Yep.
Woo.
I do it no
Our
problem.
Katie stops talking long enough that you can actually do the thing.
Yeah.
Could have just ripped the door off the hinges.
Like it swings open, and you can see that the hinges are like an inch in like diameter of like a steel.
Yep. And
Sparrow's just like clapping in the corner, just like
Yeah.
good work.
and Keltomox is like was surprised at how quickly it opened, but tries to hide it and just play it cool,
Uh-huh.
Yep.
D10 plus a D4. Can you roll me a D10 plus a D4 and roll it twice? And we'll take the higher of the two results.
Sorry, can you say that again?
1D10 plus 1D4 and roll it twice, and we'll take the higher of the two results.
Okay. So, like, how? Sorry.
So
how
roll.
do I
So
combine
slash
the-
roll.
Yep.
Space 1D10 plus 1D4.
Okay. Oh.
We'll take the we'll take the 13 then. Oh wait, no, that's once.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah,
So
so
roll
do
it,
the
roll it again because that was pretty poor.
That was pretty bad. That's not a whole lot better, but
No, that's right. That'll do.
Yeah. that's a 5.
Yeah, cool. Ooh, interesting. So that is a pocket watch. Some pieces of paper that say that that are like this entitles the bearer to X amount of coins when presented to Ellispor and Sons, merchants and bankers of highest repute, and a small handgun.
Ooh. Do I recognize what a handgun is? I'm not sure how common.
I mean,
these are.
you're from the city. You would recognize like, yeah, it's a little revolver, like like one of the little like ones you would keep in a purse.
Okay. Can I check if it has ammo?
There is it's not loaded, but I think there's probably a box of like some ammunition in there.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, if presented to Ellispor and Sons merchants and bankers of repute, these bits of paper are supposedly worth 2,000 coins.
Wow. Do I recognize the name of that organization?
Never heard of it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know how to divide these up between the party, but
You found it.
That-
You can keep it.
would anybody
I mean-
like a pocket watch?
What's that tiny bit of metal?
The handgun, like I pick it up and ask ask if that's what you meant.
I don't know what a handgun is, but
Well, no, but like I'm showing it to you. Is this what you mean?
oh yeah, what's that?
It's a device that that fires little pieces of metal, like throwing daggers, but you don't have to throw it. You just pull pull the trigger, pull the button, and it makes them go.
Like a crossbow.
Like
Yeah.
a crossbow. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
like a crossbow, except you don't need to reload it each time. It can shoot. What?
They make tiny crossbows?
This thing that's like this big
Mm-hmm.
is
Yes.
like a crossbow that shoots metal like a throwing dagger,
Yep.
and you don't have to reload it.
You don't reload every time. Yeah.
Why doesn't everyone have one?
It's too confusing.
Because
Oh.
Really, they're
Good
like,
point.
exceptionally rare. Like no one knows how to make them anymore.
It looks pretty dinky.
You?
well, yeah. So I might keep that. But would anybody like a pocket watch?
Nope, I can tell what time it is. The sun is right there, and
The pocket watch is stopped.
Yeah. I was gonna ask if it worked.
Yeah, but it has like some like semi-precious jewels in its face. So
Ooh. Well, perhaps we can trade it and
Have
yeah,
more
and-
tools.
and yeah, buy some practical items with it later on.
yeah, sounds cool.
All right. Well, I'll carry that for now then. If
Yeah.
nobody else. Yep.
Right.
All right.
you found it. Yeah.
Okay. So, Ash, how much does all this weigh?
I think the gun only weighs one. I'll check. The pocket watch I think weighs one as well. And I think also the paper. I think they all weigh one each. Makes sense to me.
Okay. Oh wait. So the paper weighs one.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
It's like a
May
wad.
as well hold on to that because 2,000 coins is a lot of coins.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Yep. Each of them is one weight, so that's good.
Okay. I can just. Oh, and does the ammo also?
It just means that you have ammunition. So the way that ammo works in Dungeon World is abstracted. So I'm just like you have ammunition for your gun.
Okay.
You are not you're not out. Yep.
All right.
Well,
Cool.
let's check this place out.
Does that mean you're rolling to you're discerning reality, Sparrow?
Would like 2 years.
Yeah. What are you doing? Are you just poking around and seeing what you can find?
Yeah. Just kind of checking out the place. It looks a little strange.
Mm-hmm.
So just kind of Sparrow's getting their bearings.
Cool. Yeah. Roll plus wisdom.
Gotcha. Oh no.
Buddy, friend, you find some you find some like delicious snacks.
Mm. Sparrow's gonna like, hey, these everyone, please have some. We deserve it.
Yeah,
This
so
has been a
if
really
you've like
good
tasted it and you're like offering it out. Is that what's happening?
Yes.
Yeah, and then like Sparrow just like coughs up some blood.
Delicious. I'm telling you. Who wants some?
I think I'm not going to eat some.
Sparrow has
That
a
was
blood
from-
nose.
That was from the other thing. In the background.
I crud. I have an antitoxin. I think I'm just going to grab Sparrow.
What? I'm fine. No, it's
Yeah, he's got the like yeah, he's holding the packet of like delicious snacks with a picture of like a dizzy mouse on it.
Okay. I slap them away.
Yeah, the little pellets go everywhere.
Take this, you'll feel better.
what? I feel fine. Those were good. Now they're dirty. This whole place is dusty. You owe me some snacks.
You're bleeding.
I'm always I was bleeding yesterday. Look at me now. I'm fine. Look at this midriff and tell me I'm not fine.
Well, you're not wrong, but
yeah.
you still need to drink this.
Fine.
Yeah, you drink. So yeah, if you drink it, Sparrow, the weird like burning sensation in your throat kind of like eases.
All right. I thought that was like.
Well, it's like the same as like you get a burning sensation if you like in your throat if you like drink a fine whiskey or like
Right.
Thought it was a feature.
yeah. That's gone well. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, look
Let's
at that
find anything
mic.
else too. Like there are like some barrels and stuff that are like long empty and things like that. But yeah, turns out that most of this place has already been looted.
Sorry, Sparrow. Looks like your new best friend found the cool stuff. Ready to go?
I'm more proud than anything. I'm ready to go. You threw my snacks away.
Nicely done.
Cool.
I'm sorry about your snacks, but also don't eat those.
Oh, I'm not gonna eat them. They're dusty and they're on the floor.
No, before that, you definitely shouldn't have done that beforehand.
They
No.
were delicious.
They had
I mean-
they had the mouse getting drunk on the packet.
If the mouse was getting drunk, I could have got drunk. It tasted like when you drink whiskey and you get that, right there. It was the same thing.
I mean,
So-
perhaps we could take them just in case we run into anyone we want to feed them to.
They're dirty. Why would we feed people dirty, delicious snacks?
You know
At
what?
this juncture, Katie throws their hands up and it's just like,
Just out. Yep. Cool.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's
Yeah.
cut ahead to like as you're like cutting your way through. I think yeah. I would love to like. I think you've probably as you like leave this place, you probably noticed that the trees are getting a bit less like a bit sparser and less tall, and I think you're seeing more like brushy, shrubby growth. And like some of it's making it harder to walk because there's not like big spaces between the trees. You're having to like force your way through bushes and things, and it's a lot more spiny and dry feeling. Yeah. Who's leading the expedition today?
I could.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Are you being helped by anyone?
I mean, Caltamox will be doing the usual like treetop.
Yeah, I think at this point it's hard. It's too hard to travel
Okay.
via treetop.
Okay, yeah,
But if there's another way that you want to help, that's fine. You can do that. Like, yeah, what's it look like?
sure. Yeah, I can still sort of, sort of, run ahead or run
Scout
off to
ahead.
the side and just scout a bit.
Yeah, cool, excellent. That sounds
So-
like a plan.
So this is just 2d6.
2d6 plus 1, and you get to re-roll 1.
Oh, okay, +1.
hey.
Yeah.
I would not like to reroll.
You make your way down the large slope. Like you find yourself like descending like a big slow like way down like this like bank of hills toward this huge white salt plain. And I think on it in the like distance like some way out you can see what must be a city, just except like or a car or it's big, and there's lots of smoke coming out of it, and even from here you can hear the sound of like the huge engines just rumbling, and around it you can see like all of these like much smaller things with much higher pitched like motor sounds, like just like doing like laps around it, as it like makes its way slowly across the salt plain. And yeah, you and like you get to the edge of, and like you've rolled the check, you can make it to the thing, but like yeah, you've spotted it, you can get to it with like the rest of the day's walk easily enough. But yeah, at the edge of this salt plain, you can see like the like tracks that this thing leaves in the salt behind it as well.
Is that a city? The thing that's
No, that's not a city.
You said it was a city.
No.
Someone said it was a city, right?
I distinctly remember someone saying that's what a city is.
I mean, cities have lots of.
You live in it.
But cities are much bigger. They're like a town, but like lots. A city is like lots of towns put together in one place. Like.
Okay, so what is that thing?
For reference, this thing is 225 meters long, and 96 meters tall.
Wow.
25 meters.
Is that the thing for drag racing?
So that's 300 feet ish tall and 600 feet ish long, which I don't know is what that looks like in.
No worries.
It's okay, neither do I.
It's big. And yeah, there are these, and like we would recognize dirt bikes, like doing laps around it as it slowly just crawls its way along the landscape on its giant like caterpillar treads that support the whole thing. And yeah, there's like in a somewhere between Howl's Moving Castle and but it's from our perspective as like the camera, we see something that is somewhere between Howl's Moving Castle, the bathhouse from Spirited Away, and Bagger 293, which is a real world thing.
Whoa. Can we... I want it, okay? Just saying, if we have the opportunity to take that thing, I want it.
It is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Sparrow
That looks like a
high fives him.
bad idea. It's noisy and loud. Look, it makes smoke. It's not subtle. You can't be sneaky.
It's the smoke Arcady. I think like as a druid you would recognize that that's not wood smoke.
Yeah.
Right? It's like much thicker and oilier.
Wow.
Ooh. Yeah, let's go check it out.
Oh.
Yeah, it looks expensive. There's probably expensive things inside.
Say no more. We are going.
So yeah, you make your way out onto the salt flats, and like it's so exhausting because every step you take, your feet sink like an inch or so into the salt, and just like like trying to walk across, like when you're walking across like sand at the beach or similar. It takes that extra thing. But as you're approaching it, two of the like you start getting like to within the space of like, you know, maybe being within earshot if it weren't drowning out all sound. Like you have to like yell to each other at this point, just because because it's just so loud. And two of the dirt bikes like whine off from their orbit and and like plow through the dirt through the salt towards you, and these these figures on the dirt bikes with like, I think they have like not turbans, but they have like a thing wrapped around their head that, I suppose that is a turban, but a different kind. That like goes over their neck and shoulders and things. It's and that like flies behind them in the wind, and they approach you with their huge weird like they pull up with like lances like under their arms, and they park themselves leaning one leg off the dirt bike, and they like yell at you in some language you don't understand. Their huge crocodilian faces, like weathered and like dried in the sun. Like the skin under their scales you can see is like cracking from dehydration, and when they speak you can see that they speak like their mouths are dry. And yeah, they have like spears with like some kind of like metal thing tied, like maybe a grenade or a tin can strapped onto the end near the like pointy bit, and yeah, they like pull up and they make demands of you in a language that I don't know that any of you speak.
So if it's draconic, I may know a couple of words from being raised by a kobold.
I mean, if you were raised by a kobold, I mean, that sounds like spout law. So roll intelligence.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just a flat roll. It's just 2d6, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 5. No.
You know that they are like speaking to you in like a business tongue, and I think you and like they're not using like the kinds of words you would use in the home, right? They're speaking in like a tongue of business and war, and I think you probably make out the word trespass, and the word forfeit.
Okay.
And like as you're like processing this and trying to work it out, one of them jabs towards you with their like spear with a something mounted on the end.
Me specifically?
At you as a group, right? Like it's like, hurry up!
Okay.
What are you doing? Like sort of.
There are two of them, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh. I'm gonna look at everyone and then look back at the two of them, and I'm just gonna attack.
Oh god. Okay. What does that look like? What do you do?
I want those bikes. Sparrow is going to hear the squabbling and then try and figure it out for a second. Nothing. Looks over, sees that the group is trying to figure out the situation, and then this wave from this feeling from inside explodes, and inner thief Sparrow and take care of the people Sparrow have this short conversation that's like, I want those bikes. It could be dangerous. Those bikes are cool. Those bikes are really cool. Let's get those bikes. And next thing you know, Sparrow's flying through the air with like daggers drawn, about to stab this guy in the chest.
All right. That sounds like hack and slash.
Oh yeah.
Let me find their stats because I wasn't expecting a fight.
Would they count as surprised?
No.
Okay.
They're like they've got spears leveled towards you. I don't feel like they're surprised.
That's Arcady.
Here's my hack and slash. Ooh. Not my best.
No. Yeah.
I guess if I was going to help, I should have announced that already.
No, you can help now because it just means that you expose yourself to the concern, the like problems if it doesn't work.
Okay.
We got this. I just have to not roll another 1.
Yeah, I'll. I'll also draw my short sword and yeah, sort of leap into the fray.
Mm-hmm.
I look at Arcady like.
All right. 3, which would make it an 8.
Which means it's a 7 to 9. So you're going to exchange damage, which for the first blow with the spear is because the spear is still primed. Let me look. Okay, so the first blow is a D10. Because you get stabbed and it sorry, it's a D10 plus 2. So yeah, you as this thing like stabs you and explodes, and like it's not fire, it just like acid gas just goes across, and like, and these guys don't seem to give a fuck, but you immediately start like coughing and spluttering. So,
jeez.
but also like yeah, roll your damage for like you do manage to stab him, like with this spear like stuck into you.
Should I roll the 1d10 plus 2 first, or?
Yeah, I mean, like both of these things happen.
Oh,
Oh, friend.
Oh.
I just put those back in.
They're coming right back in. And then, is there anything that I can do here on this attack? I don't think so. I can damage. Boom. 3.
Cool, awesome. You do. I mean, yeah, your blades slide off of his like scaly skin, and do nothing.
Oh. Okay.
This
is
yeah,
bad.
like one of your blades hits like scaled like crocodilian armor, and the other one hits like bits of metal hidden under his like robes and things.
Bad decision.
The other one yaps loudly across the plane in like a high-pitched thing that just cuts across the noise, and immediately other bikes start circling around.
This was a mistake.
It's my alignment. I have to leap into danger without a plan.
Yeah. Okay. Can I sort of try to leap back out of the range of the spear, like the spears of the two in front of us, and pull out the handgun and shoot it?
Did you load it before?
I'd like to say I would have, but
okay, good. Then you did. That's fine.
I did not explicitly state.
It's fine. Let's assume you loaded it. Yeah, you can roll a volley with a handgun.
All right. So that's.
Let me
dex,
find that. I've got to find out what the tags on it are, because I'm pretty sure it's piercing.
Oh, and being a ranged attack, I'll.
Yeah, you roll volley, so you roll plus dex.
Get a. Oh yeah, but I've also got eagle-eyed, so.
Oh, so you plus dex plus 2. Yep.
2d6 plus 4.
Yep. Cool.
That's 13.
So you do. Yeah, you hit. Fuck yeah. You do an additional 1 damage. And it is piercing, so it'll overcome. So roll your damage.
Okay, so just D8.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
D8 plus 1.
+1. Okay. That's a 6.
Awesome. Yeah, so he takes this blow to his takes this blow and like stumbles backwards and like half falls off of his bike. Kind of starts clambering back up, trying to pull himself up onto it. And I think this is. Were you aiming at the one that has stabbed DC or the other one that has stabbed Sparrow?
So, am I right in assuming that once the spear with the grenade on it, once that had been used,
I mean, they're still holding a spear.
Yeah, but the grenade was. Okay, well, okay, so I'll shoot at the more dangerous looking one, which I think is the one that has not stabbed yet.
Cool. All right, so he's the one that's off of that's like slightly dismounted. It makes a really loud bang. Like louder even than the thing that hit Sparrow. And yeah, this crocodilian just goes pfft, right, and like half flips off of his bike. And yeah, some of the other bikes in the distance like go up, like pop a wheelie and like start accelerating. What do?
Sparrow's gonna say, "Get the bike."
I mean, these guys are gonna like stab you again with the spear, Sparrow. Like,
oh, I'm getting. Well, in this situation,
he's just stabbed you with a spear, right? He's gonna come back and go for it again.
I will try and defy danger and get behind my party.
Yeah, so you're just gonna dodge out of the way. That's fine. Yeah, cool. Go for it. That sounds like defying danger with Dex, to just be not in the range of being like stabbed with a fucking spear again.
Get me out of here.
Yeah, on a 7 to 9, yeah. I think you can get behind like your party, but like, and he's not gonna like get you, but like someone else is gonna have to step in front and like deflect that. Which I'm not gonna make them roll for, but they're gonna take like a smaller amount of damage. Let's go with a d6 of like damage to deflect it. Does that make sense?
Yep, I'll roll that.
Yeah, cool, easy.
Is it piercing?
The spear is not. No.
Okay, then I take 3 damage.
Nice. Yeah, the grenades are, but that spear has already been exploded. So,
Okay.
yeah. I think at this point, yeah, we're hearing the sound of the bikes closing in from the distance over the like giant rumbling roar of the moving city creature thing, and I think it's time for a break. We'll be back in 5 minutes.